Unfortunately, most times there are no warnings before your world as you know it begins to shatter. One moment everything seems intact, and the next, the pieces are scattered at your feet. It's heartbreak, failure, loss. They come out of nowhere, leaving us fractured, unsure if we'll ever feel whole again. But your brokenness isn't the end of your story. What if I told you that these moments can become your greatest masterpiece? There's an ancient art in Japan called Kintsugi. Kintsugi, which means golden joinery, is an art form that repairs broken pottery by filling the cracks with a lacquer mixed with powdered gold. So instead of hiding the flaws, it celebrates them. The breaks become part of the story, transformed into something more beautiful than before. This philosophy teaches us a powerful truth. We are not meant to be discarded when life breaks us. We are meant to be rebuilt, stronger and more valuable than ever. Think about the hardships you faced, the disappointments, the betrayals, the moments where you questioned your worth. Now, it's easy to believe that these cracks make you less, that they diminish your value. But Kintsugi tells us something different. It tells us that our scars don't make us weak. They make us unique. They don't take away from our beauty, they add to it. They are proof that we've survived, and that we've endured, and that we're still standing. The world often tells us to conceal our pain, to cover up our struggles, and to present a version of ourselves that looks untouched by hardship. But real strength doesn't come from appearing perfect. It comes from embracing every part of our journey. It's the smooth and the jagged, the triumphs and the setbacks. Just like a Kintsugi bowl, we are made whole again, not by erasing the past, but by highlighting the resilience it took to overcome it. Rebuilding after a setback isn't easy. It takes time, it takes patience, and most of all, it takes a willingness to see value in what remains. You might be tempted to throw in the towel, to believe that the damage is beyond repair. But you are not beyond repair. You are not broken beyond hope. Every crack is an opportunity for transformation. It's a chance to turn pain into power and struggle into strength. So wear your scars with pride. Let them tell a story of survival, of growth, of undeniable resilience. You are not less because of what you've been through. You are more. You are more wise. You are more compassionate. You are more unshakable. The beauty of Kintsugi is not in the gold that fills the cracks, but in the lesson that nothing and no one is ever truly beyond restoration. You are a masterpiece in the making. Let your golden seams shine. Let me ask you this. Would you ever look at your best friend on their worst day and say, "You're not good enough. You'll never get through this. Why can't you just be better?" Of course not. You'd offer compassion, support, and understanding. You'd remind them that they're human, that life is tough sometimes, and that they're doing the best they can. And yet, how often do we say those very things to ourselves? How often do we beat ourselves up, criticize every misstep, and hold ourselves to an impossible standard of perfection? Most of us are far harsher on ourselves than we'd ever be to someone we care about. And we forget that we too deserve kindness. We too deserve understanding. And when life feels heavy, when we fall short, or when we're struggling to see the light, what we don't need is another voice tearing us down, especially not our own. Self-compassion isn't weakness. It's not an excuse to avoid growth or responsibility. It's a lifeline. It's the grace you offer yourself to keep moving forward when everything inside you wants to give up. Because the reality is, life will challenge you. You will fail, you will fall. You will have days where you don't recognize the person in the mirror, and that's okay. Being human is messy. It's filled with setbacks, doubts, and mistakes. But you are not your failures. You are not your lowest moments. You're a work in progress, just like everyone else. When you stumble, speak to yourself as you would someone you love. Replace the harshness with kindness. When you hear that voice saying, "I'm not enough," answer back with, "I'm doing my best, and that's enough for today." When you feel like you're falling apart, remind yourself, "I'm allowed to struggle. I'm allowed to feel. I'll get through this." Because you will get through this. The path forward starts with treating yourself like someone worth rooting for, because you are. A plant doesn't grow when you shout at it to hurry up. It grows with care, with water, with sunlight, and you're no different. You can't berate yourself into progress. You can't criticize your way to confidence, but you can nurture yourself. You can offer patience, encouragement, and love, and that's how we grow. And listen, showing yourself kindness doesn't mean you'll never face hard truths. It means you'll face them with a sense of understanding rather than judgment. It means you'll allow yourself the space to make mistakes, to learn, and to try again. It's time you stop being your own worst critic. Stop holding yourself to standards you'd never place on someone else. Show yourself the grace you so easily give to others. Be the friend to yourself that you've always needed. Because when you change the way you speak to yourself, you change everything. You create room to breathe, to grow, and to find peace, even in the struggle. And that's when you'll discover something incredible. When you're kind to yourself, you don't just survive the tough times, you rise above them. So be kind, be patient, and remember, you're worthy of the same love you so freely give to the world. A winning attitude isn't reserved for those born with luck or talent. It's a mindset anyone can develop. It's the belief that no matter the odds, you can overcome challenges and rise to your potential. A winning attitude is the key to unlocking success in every area of life. It's not about having everything go perfectly. It's about how you show up when things don't. Let's dive into how to cultivate this kind of mindset and build an attitude that attracts success. First, take ownership of your mindset. Winners know that everything starts in the mind. You can't control every circumstance, but you can control how you respond. Too often, people fall into the habit of blaming others or waiting for luck. But winners take ownership of their attitude and outcomes. Replace negative thoughts with empowering ones. Remind yourself, I'm in control of my response. When you shift your mindset to ownership, you become unstoppable. Number 2, fail forward, not backward. Failure isn't the end, it's part of the process. Winners don't fear failure, they learn from it. Because every setback holds a lesson, and every lesson is a step towards success. When things don't go your way, ask, what can I take from this? Embrace failure as a tool for growth, not a sign to stop. Remember, every champion has lost, but they never quit. Number 3, surround yourself with winners. You become the average of the people you surround yourself with. Winners lift each other up. They challenge you, push you, and inspire you to keep going. Find people who have a positive, growth-focused mindset, and distance yourself from negativity or those who hold you back. A winning attitude is contagious. Surround yourself with the right energy, and you'll feel it in your life. Number 4, focus on the process, not just the outcome. Winners don't obsess over results. They fall in love with the process. It's the small, consistent actions that lead to big victories. Instead of worrying about the final goal, focus on what you can do today to get closer to it. When you love the grind, the results will follow. Success isn't a destination, it's a habit. Winners know that the path is just as important as the prize. Number 5, commit to discipline, not motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline builds winners. A winning attitude means doing what you need to do, even when you don't feel like it. Create routines that keep you on track. Set non-negotiable standards for yourself. Show up no matter what. Discipline makes the difference between wishing and achieving. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Number 6, celebrate small wins along the way. Winners don't wait for the big victory to celebrate. They find joy in the small wins along the journey. Each step forward matters. Acknowledge every bit of progress you make. Use those small victories to fuel your momentum. When you celebrate your progress, you train your mind to stay motivated for the long haul. The difference between those who win and those who quit is attitude. A winning attitude isn't about avoiding challenges, it's about choosing to rise above them. It's knowing that success is earned through daily habits, through failure, through persistence, and through the belief that you are capable of more. What will you choose today? Will you let setbacks define you, or will you develop the mindset of a winner? Start now. Take ownership of your mindset. Focus on progress and commit to showing up every day. A winning attitude isn't built overnight. It's built one decision, one action, and one victory at a time. So go out there and win today, because the only thing standing between you and success is the attitude you bring to the table. Can I be real for a second? Too many people are lying to themselves. You say you want success, but your actions tell a different story. You talk about wanting to get in shape, start that business, or build a better relationship. But what do your daily habits look like? Are you putting in the work, or are you just talking about it? We all do it at some point. We tell ourselves we'll start tomorrow. We say, I'm serious this time. But we keep hitting snooze, skipping workouts, or making excuses for why we're not where we want to be. The truth hurts, but here it is. If your words and actions don't align, you're lying to yourself. And I get it. It feels good to dream. It feels good to say big things out loud, to talk about your future self and how amazing life will be someday. But let me ask you this. What good are those words if they never translate into action? It's easy to say you want to change. The hard part is doing what's required day in and day out. Stop pretending you're waiting for the right moment. You know deep down there's no perfect time. Waiting is just a cover for fear. You're not waiting for circumstances to change. You're waiting for your own courage to kick in. And here's the harsh truth. If you don't get real with yourself now, a year from today, you'll still be in the same place. Your actions define you, not your intentions. You can have the best intentions in the world, but if they never see the light of day, they mean nothing. It's what you do consistently that shapes your reality. Think about this. How many promises have you made to yourself that you haven't kept? You said you'd start working out, but you're still on the couch. You said you'd work on that passion project, but Netflix always wins. You said you wanted better relationships, but you're not putting in the effort to connect. Words are easy. Action is everything. You can't build the life you want by talking about it. You build it by living it. Every time you lie to yourself, every time your actions don't match your words, you chip away at your self-respect. Eventually, you stop trusting yourself, and that's when things fall apart. But here's the good news. It's never too late to turn things around. If you've been living a lie, today's the day to get honest with yourself. Stop saying what you're going to do and just do it. Start small if you have to, but start. Even the smallest actions create momentum. You don't need grand gestures to prove you're serious. You need consistent daily effort. It's in those small everyday decisions that success is born. If you show up every day, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it, your actions will begin to align with your words. And that alignment, that's where self-respect, confidence, and real progress live. So stop lying to yourself. Stop pretending you'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow is a trap. It doesn't exist. All you have is right now. So stop talking and start doing. If your actions don't match your words, change your actions. Or change your words, but don't let them stay out of sync. Your future self is depending on you to get real today. So what are you waiting for? It's time to stop making excuses and start making moves. Get up, take action, and finally become the person you've been telling yourself you'd be. The only way forward is through honesty, and that starts right now. There's something that's often overlooked, but it's absolutely essential. It's the power of physical exercise, not just for your body, but for your mind. We all know that exercise is good for us. It strengthens our muscles, improves our stamina, and keeps us in shape. But what many people don't realize is that physical exercise is one of the most powerful tools we have to create a healthy mindset. It's about more than just physical health. It's about your mental health, your clarity, and resilience. Think about the days when you don't move much. Maybe you're sitting at a desk, staring at a screen for hours, feeling sluggish and unmotivated. Now think about how you feel after a good workout. Your blood is pumping, your energy is up, and your mind feels sharper. Well, that's not a coincidence. Exercise has a direct impact on how we think, how we feel, and how we face the challenges of our lives. When you move your body, you move your mind. Physical activity boosts your mood, increases your energy, and reduces stress. It's like hitting a reset button for your brain, clearing out the mental fog and giving you the focus and determination to take on the day. But beyond the science, there's something deeper at play. Exercise teaches you discipline. It shows you that you're capable of pushing through discomfort, that you can set a goal and achieve it. Every time you complete a workout, you're sending a powerful message to yourself that says, I can do hard things. And that mindset carries over into every other area of your life. When you're faced with obstacles at work, or in your relationships, or in your personal goals, you remember that feeling of accomplishment after a tough workout. You remember that you didn't give up when it got hard, and that's exactly what pushes you to keep going. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, I don't have time to exercise, or I'm not in shape. But the beauty of exercise is that it's not about perfection, it's about progress. You don't have to be an athlete. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. Just start small. Take a walk. Do some stretching. Just move your body in a way that makes you feel good. What's important is consistency. The more you move, the more you'll notice a shift in your mindset. You'll feel more positive, more focused, and more in control of your thoughts. Exercise is one of the simplest and most effective ways to build mental resilience. It's a reminder that you have the power to shape your mind through the actions you take with your body. A healthy mind and a healthy body go hand in hand. When you take care of one, you're taking care of the other. Physical exercise isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling good, inside and out. Make movement a priority, not because you have to, but because you deserve to feel your best. You deserve to have a clear mind, a strong body, and the confidence that comes from knowing you're taking care of yourself. The mind-body connection is real, and and it's waiting for you to tap into its full potential. You know, every so often, I find myself getting into one of those, is what I'm doing really making an impact kind of mood. I start to question my place in the world, and with that, I begin to hear the voice of doubts. In the day-to-day journey of our existence, hey, I know it's easy to feel insignificant, and I know I'm not alone in this feeling. We often perceive ourselves as mere drops in the ocean of humanity, believing that our actions, however well-intentioned, make no difference in the grand scheme of things. But let me tell you a story. It's a story about a humble beaver whose seemingly mundane actions have an impact far beyond its comprehension. In the heart of a dense forest, there lived a beaver named Barry. Every day, Barry diligently went about his routine, gnawing on trees and building dams with unwavering determination. Now, to an outsider, Barry's activities might have seemed inconsequential, just another creature going about its daily life. But little did anyone know Barry was orchestrating a masterpiece of environmental engineering that would shape the landscape for generations to come. You see, Barry's dams created a ripple effect that transformed the ecosystem around him. By creating ponds and wetlands, he provided habitat for countless species of plants and animals. The ponds became an oasis for thirsty creatures. The wetlands, nurseries for delicate ecosystems. Through his tireless efforts, Barry inadvertently became a guardian of biodiversity, his impact echoing through the forest like the dean of life. But Barry was unaware of the magnitude of his actions. See, to him, he was just doing what came naturally, following his instincts and fulfilling his role in the ecosystem. He didn't set out to be a hero, he was simply being himself. And therein lies the beauty of his story, the realization that even the most ordinary among us can have an extraordinary impact. In our own lives, it's easy to underestimate the power of our actions. We may not be building dams or reshaping landscapes, but every choice we make sends ripples outward, influencing the world in ways we may never fully comprehend. Whether it's a smile offered to a stranger, a kind word spoken to a friend, or a small act of generosity. See, all these gestures have the potential to create positive change. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. It's a reminder that even the smallest of actions can have a profound effect when multiplied by the collective efforts of individuals. Just like Barry, we each have a role to play in shaping the world around us, a role that is uniquely ours and irreplaceable. Think of the teacher who inspires her students to reach for the stars, the volunteer who lends a helping hand to those in need, or the artist who moves hearts with his music. Their contributions may seem insignificant in isolation, but together they form the building blocks of a better world. It's a testament to the power of collective action. The idea that when individuals come together with a shared purpose, they can move mountains and overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. So the next time you find yourself questioning the significance of your actions, remember Barry the Beaver. Remember that even the smallest of creatures can leave an indelible mark on the world around them. Each day is a blank canvas upon which we paint the masterpiece of our lives. Let's seize the opportunity to create something beautiful, something meaningful, something that will leave the world a little brighter than when we found it. And remember that you, the seemingly insignificant individual, well, you have the power to make a difference. Not someday, but right here, right now. In the grand symphony of our existence, Amidst the soaring crescendos and gentle melodies, there exists a profound truth that the power within you is boundless. It's this innate power, fueled by unyielding belief and unwavering resilience, that holds the key to unlocking your wildest dreams and overcoming life's greatest challenges. Imagine for a moment a world where anything is possible, where the limitations of fear and doubt fade into insignificance in the face of your indomitable spirit. This is the world that awaits you when you dare to believe in yourself, when you dare to take that first step towards greatness. As the great minds of history have taught us, belief is not just a fleeting notion. It's the cornerstone of achievement. It's the force that propels you forward when the road ahead seems daunting and uncertain. As Walt Disney once said, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Believe in your dreams, believe in your abilities, and watch as the universe conspires to make them a reality. With belief being the starting point, it's resilience that is the continuum of motion, the fiery determination to persevere in the face of adversity. Life is not a smooth ride. It's a roller coaster of highs and lows, twists and turns. But it's in those moments of darkness, those moments when it feels like the world is crumbling around you, that your resilience shines brightest. As the great poet Maya Angelou once said, you may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. Every setback, every obstacle, it's an opportunity for growth, a chance to prove yourself and the world just how strong you truly are. So stand tall in the face of adversity, for it's in your darkest moments that your light shines the brightest. But remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither are dreams realized overnight. The path to success is not a sprint, it's a marathon requiring patience, perseverance, and above all, faith in the journey. Take one step at a time, one day at a time. Celebrate each small victory along the way, for they are the building blocks of your success. Be sure to surround yourself with like-minded individuals who uplift and inspire you, who believe in your vision as fiercely as you do. As Jim Rohn once said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose your companions wisely. They'll shape your destiny in ways you never thought possible. And don't be afraid to distance yourself from negativity, whether it comes from others or from within. To quote, you must be willing to get rid of the life you've planned so as to have the life that is waiting for you. Let go of anything that no longer serves your highest good, and watch as new opportunities and blessings flow into your life. Remember, you are the conductor of your destiny, the master of your fate. Believe in yourself, trust in your journey, and never forget the limitless potential that resides within you. The world is yours for the taking. All you have to do is reach out and claim it. I'm about to ask you a very simple question. It only contains 4 words, and I know you've probably asked this same question hundreds of times to your family or friends, but I want you to really think about the answer. I don't want you to just give me the superficial, I'm deflecting kind of answer. I want your deep, heartfelt, best answer. Ready? What do you want? What do you want? I told you it was a simple question. We've all heard it before, but wow, if I just sit for a minute to really ponder the words, what do I want? In casual conversation, when someone throws out that question, most people are real quick to come up with what they don't want. For example, they don't want to work at a job that's unsatisfying. They don't want coworkers they hate. They don't want a boss looking over their shoulder, etc., etc. We've become keenly aware of what we don't want. You know what? And that's okay. At least that's a place to start, eliminating certain factors in our world. Okay. But what do you want? For many, answering this question is a light bulb moment. It's when we start to realize that, hey, my life isn't exactly how I want it to be. There are certain irritants that are preventing me from being completely joyful. Good. How you're living, what you're doing, and who's in your life. You've brought all these things into your world. They didn't exist until you allowed them to become your life. It all happened because you weren't really clear on what you wanted from the get-go. Maybe out of convenience or necessity, we ended up where we are without much thought. What do you want? It's a question I ask my clients all the time because it gives clarity to an otherwise clouded mind. When you know what you want, suddenly life gets easier because now all my decisions are based on getting me to where I want to go or to whom I want to be. I'm talking daily decisions are now aligned with my values and beliefs. Understanding what you want sets the boundaries and habits in motion to move you in the right direction. No more am I just unconsciously moving through this life without any real consideration for the day-to-day, but rather I'm feeding and empowering my soul through conscious awareness. And that is why the simple question you need to ask yourself, what do I want, really isn't so simple after all.